What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we're here today with the review for Marriage Bootcamp Hip Hop Edition. This is season 18. This is episode number 4. Is that right? Yeah. And the episode was titled Drop It Like It's T.H.O.T. So, you guys, before we get into the review, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel and are not yet subscribed, I'm going to need you guys to do me a big, huge favor, you guys. Stop taking me out on this date. Hit that subscribe button, you guys. Like button, notifications on, share the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let us discuss Marriage Bootcamp Hip Hop Edition. All right, you guys, so I will say one thing. This cast is very interesting. This is the most interesting cast that we've gotten in a while. This is the most interesting cast that I've saw. Excuse me, y'all. Because, I mean, we had Soulja Boy and Nia, a little teeny Fizzle Pop, and what was the girl's name? I forgot what her name. We've had some interesting characters like Lil Mo and her ex-husband. We've had some interesting characters on this show, and we've had Jocelyn and Ballistic, whatever. You don't know what I'm trying to say. We've had some interesting people, but I think this cast is topping some of the other cast members that we've had before. Even Hazel and Willie and Shonda. These people top all of them, right? So we pick up the episode, and Molly is still trying to joke about Miles' sexuality. And I'm just like, why are we making a joke about his sexuality? That makes no sense. So from what Molly is trying to say is, well, it's something that's actually happened. It's something that's real in his life. Okay, if we want to talk about stuff that's real in people's lives, let's talk about your cases that you have, pending. Let's talk about those cases that you have against you. Let's make a joke about all of those cases against you, that you have. And would you find that funny? I believe you wouldn't find that so funny. So yeah, Molly, shut your ugly ass up, looking like Uncle Fester. So today is all about jealousy. Now, things are a little bit different because of COVID, because you guys typically know when it comes to jealousy, you guys know that they usually split the couples up, right? They'll put, maybe 2 guys and 2 women together in a room and have, actors come in and flirt with them while their partner is watching. But since it's COVID, they can't really bring in the hired actors. So Judge Toller is worried about this cast, right? Because she thinks she's looking at the cast. She's like, this is a different cast than what we're used to, right? She says, because I feel like we're gonna have to amp up security because things can have the potential to go left with this cast, and we will definitely discuss that, right? So I noticed in this episode, and especially in the beginning part, in this interview with Molly and Treasure, that Molly kept referring to Treasure as Amber. And I was like, is Amber her birth name? No. He was talking about Amber that is with Miles. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Disrespectful as fuck, huh? So the boot campers go and meet Dr. Ish, right? So Dr. Ish tells them that they will choreograph a 45-second dance routine that will be filmed for a music video, right? So Moni, at this point, she's not really feeling it, because I was thinking, and the whole time that they were doing this, I'm like, I was expecting for Dr. Ish to say it right then and there, right? Because I knew what it was going to happen. Because I'm like, y'all not going to dance with your actual partner. So what I was expecting in that moment was for Dr. Ish to say, okay, Tough, you're going to be dancing with Neri. Neri and Tough. Nori, you'll be with Moni. Treasure, you will be with Brock. They keep calling him Brock, but I'm going to say Miles. You'll be with Brock. And then Amber, you'll be with Uncle Fester. I was waiting for him to do that, but he never did it. So they start doing their, practicing this routine, right? Moni wasn't really feeling what Tough wanted her to do, because he wanted her to give him a lap dance. She says, "Are you smoking crock?" Which I get it. Like, why is that sexy? That's quote unquote sexy to you, me giving you a lap dance? Okay, I guess, right? So, like I just said a minute ago, right? I was expecting for Dr. Ish to tell them that at the beginning that they weren't going to be dancing with their actual partners. he let them get into actually creating these routines because, Neri and Nori, she had created a routine where she would jump in his arms and they would embrace and kiss at the end of it. I don't know what the hell Treasure and Molly were doing, or Amber and Miles. All I just saw was a lot of twerking. That's all I saw was a lot of twerking, and we all know, like I just said with Moni, that Tough wanted her to give him a lap dance. So, like I said, they were doing their routines. They were trying to, formulate what they were gonna do. So Dr. Ish hit them with the curveball. So you guys thought that you were gonna be dancing with your partner that you came here with. Well, let's flip it. We're gonna switch partners, and the partners were just what I said a few minutes ago. So Amber is with Molly Mall, Treasure is with Miles, Moni is with Nori, and Neri is with Tough. So I'm gonna pause here, you guys, and then we're gonna move forward. All right, you guys. So now that I've told you guys who's dancing with who, right? The thing is, they may have switched partners. They're not changing up the dance routines. They're going to keep the same dance routines. Now, like I said a minute ago, with Amber and Miles and with Treasure and Molly, all you just saw was a lot of twerking. So it wasn't really much for them to change. It's just going to be it wasn't anything that they changed. They're not changing anything. Those dances are still the same, basically, right? It's just a different partner. Now, the only couple at this point that had an issue with switching partners and keeping the same routine was Nori and Neri. Because Neri is on the fence, well, she's not even on the fence. She really doesn't want to do this because she doesn't want to disrespect her husband, because I think she was doing dirty dancing, right? So she doesn't really want any other man to basically lift her, and then she has a part where you have to kiss. She doesn't want to do that because that is disrespectful to her husband, and she doesn't want to disrespect her husband. And Nori is in his feelings about that as well, because he doesn't want to, touching his wife. Cool, I get it, right? But we'll talk about that a little bit later, right? So, all right, where we at? So they were now, I will say though, they were trying to get the dance together more, and that is Neri and Tough. They were trying to get the dance together, right? So we see Miles and Treasure, right? They're going over their routine. So Nori and Tough are talking to Miles like, hey, bruh, like, she's at the end of it, you guys are both in relationships with other people. So that's disrespectful to your partner, which it is. But I don't think that they didn't get what the drill was about, right? Nori thought he knew what the drill was. Nori says that the drill is a test to see how far they will go. It's not really a test to see how far you will go. More specifically, this exercise was about your own insecurities, which we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later. It's about insecurities, and jealousy is a part of it. Jealousy is part of insecurity, because you then wonder, am I giving my partner what they need, right? So it's not really about disrespect, right? It's about your insecurities, and you having to know who your partner is. If you know your partner, if you trust your partner, then the jealousy shouldn't seep in. And that's really what I feel about Nori, right? If you know Neri, how she is, she's not going to disrespect you. She's not going to do anything like that. But we'll talk about it. So, so Amber and Miles in this episode, they got into it. And they got into it because at one point, have I got to that part yet? No. So at one point, Dr. Ish told the boot campers, go to your rooms and try to find an outfit to wear, right? So everyone has gone to look for an outfit, with the exception of it's two couples that hasn't went, right? It's two couples that are still there that haven't gone to look for anything to wear, and that would be Nori and Neri, as well as Moni and Tough. And it's more so, I feel the reason that they hadn't did it is because of Nori and Neri. And it's not even Neri, it's Nori. Nori is in his feelings. He is just very apprehensive about this, right? And I can see his viewpoint, right? You don't want any man to have their hands on your wife, right? But let's just say for the sake of saying, right? What if your wife, because let's just think about this assignment, right? They told you guys to create a sexy dance. Now they didn't say that it had to be provocative or anything. They just said a sexy dance. Y'all do know that in the ball, like if you guys do the ballroom, like watch Dancing with the Stars, those dances are very sexy, and they can be a little bit intimate at times. But if a person is married, you know, you have to be able to be like, you know what, it's a dance. They're having fun with each other, and they may have a connection with each other, but I trust my partner enough to know that you're not going to cross any lines or boundaries. And I think that's the issue with Nori. He doesn't have that in his brain. He might know it, but he's not actually thinking it at this point, right? So they were still sitting on the couch, but Treasure as well as Miles, Amber, and Molly, they went to go look for something to wear, right? So they're in the room, and once again, Treasure and Miles are trying to get the dance together, right? And Treasure is in his lap. So Amber comes in and she is upset, right? Amber's pissed off, and she starts going off on Miles like, now see, I didn't agree with this. Her telling him, if you want to go home, hit me. See, why are you asking? Why are you? That's my issue with Amber. Amber is. What do I don't want to. What do I want to say? She antagonizes, number one. She's an antagonist. She antagonizes that man, and she antagonizes him, and she provokes him, right? Because you're telling him to hit you so he can go home. Why do you want him to put his hands on you? That's not okay. I'm not even gonna go into Amber. I just did not like her doing that. And then she all up in his face. And once again, I'm still stuck. I'm still thinking about the situation that happened last season with Votto and Tahiri. More specifically, the fact that Tahiri hit the fool, hit Votto with a damn apple. I mean, hit him hard as fuck with that apple. And he was seething over the course of the day. Nobody ever said anything to Tahiri, but the minute he yoked her up, we all got an issue. We got to be equal on both sides. Like, we really have to be equal. Abuse is abuse. I don't care if it's a man or if it's a man abusing a woman or a woman abusing a man. Abuse is abuse, and you gotta, if you see it, you gotta say something and stop it, right? Like, I don't care. I don't care that it's a woman hitting a man. Well, he shouldn't be able to nothing. He shouldn't have to take that. And this is abuse. I just don't agree with it. I really don't. But we gonna move on. All right, you guys. So at this point, everybody is pissed off with each other. So Judge told her, she was correct, that this was not going to go the way that they planned, because everybody in this house is pissed. More specifically, the people that are the most pissed, it is Amber and Miles and Mally and Treasure, right? Now, at one point, now see, I didn't agree with Molly calling Treasure a thought. Like, it's a part of it's the drill. And it's not her. Well, whoever came up with that dance that you guys created, that's on you and her, whoever. So if Treasure said, "Hey, let's do a lap dance," or "Let's do this," you was okay with it when she was in your lap, but now that she's in Miles's lap, you're not cool with it. And here's the thing that I think is so funny, right? It is so hilarious. The fact that Molly is so upset, right? But he wants to talk about the fact, remember in the first episode, he wants to talk about the fact that he knows that Miles loves them balls. But you want to make so many jokes about the man's sexuality, but you get so insecure when your girlfriend is in his lap dancing. Why are you so insecure? I mean, you were just joking about this man. You've been joking about this man's sexuality since the beginning, but you're jealous now. Talking about you got women that are waiting for you, and but he called her a thought. I just didn't agree with that. She won such. I mean, she ain't that big of a thought that you came on the show with her, you sleeping with her, so she's not that big of a thought. Like I really do hate when people do that, right? And I hate it when men do it to women, right? I hate when a man want to call a woman a hoe, but you ain't had no problem slipping and sliding all up in her. But now that she may be talking to another dude, or she ain't giving you the attention that you want, she's a hoe and she's a thought. That ain't cool, because you had no problems with it when you were sleeping with her. So miss me with that bullshit, right? So like I said, the boot campers at this point are hella upset. So Judge told Dr. Ish, what, we got to call this one. So the boot campers are called to the backyard, right, where they have the video set up. So tells them, like, you guys, I come here every day to talk to you guys. And basically what Judge Tola was telling them is she wants them to treat her and Dr. Ish with respect. Respect the process. And I think that was the issue with a lot of people. They didn't respect the process. And like I said, we saw over the years with this particular exercise how it goes left. We saw it go left with Ballistic and Jocelyn. We saw it go left with Willie, Shonda, and Hazel E, and Hoozle E, Birdie E, Toucan Sam. We saw it go left with them and her and whatever her guy's name is. Devon. Is that his name? Yeah, we saw it go left with them. But with those people, once they finally they were able to let go, right? And it is, so it is different. So they start doing the dances, right? So what has happened is three people, it's four couples. So three of them, they decided to do a different. Now I don't know what Nori and Moni were doing. That was not. I don't know what they were doing. Couldn't tell you. Then we had, who was next? Neri and Tough. So Neri and Tough, what they did was they changed the dance, right? They cut out the part where he would lift her, as well as the part where they would embrace and a kiss, right? Now with the kiss part, I was thinking you guys don't necessarily have to kiss on the lip, right? You guys could, you could cheek kiss, or you can French, do that kind of kiss, right? It's not intimate. So they changed up their dance, and so did Treasure and Molly. Not Treasure and Molly, Treasure and Miles. They changed up their dance about. Actually, they improvised. And then Amber and Molly, they kept the dance the same, and they were the only ones who actually got the drill right. The point wasn't to change it up. The point was to basically, in a nutshell, I'm a dumb it down in layman's terms. The point of this was really to trust your partner, right? Because Nori finally got it, and he was like, I know my wife wouldn't do anything, and jealousy is a part of insecurity, right? It's a part of insecurity. It definitely is. But yeah, it was it was an interesting episode. I didn't expect for all of them to go the way that they went, but it was good. But let me know what you guys thought about it. Leave your comments in the comment section below, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell button so you guys are notified of when I drop anything else. Share the video, and until the next one, you guys, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Remember to wash your hands, wear a mask, socially distance, be blessed, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.